So I grew up like the most nerdiest kid ever, like 4 years old, playing video games constantly. And I kind of want to evoke that version of myself in this episode.
Okay. So nerdy, did you like do outdoor activity? You did outdoor stuff too.
Yeah, I think I played outdoors a lot, but it's like any free time that I had, I wanted to play video games. I was like this like little crackhead for video games.
Were you allowed to play unlimited?
No, and that was probably the reason why I was like so addicted, where it's
Okay.
like the moment I would like go for the game and play video games.
Are you
as I
saying you'd
could.
be less addicted if you were allowed unlimited?
I mean, let's jump right into this shit. Maybe. I mean, it's like, you know, there's a black market for drugs that are like illegal. Well, I'll just leave it as that.
You jumped the shark.
Yeah. I guess what I mean is like, if there's always gonna be a way people find are able to do something when things are restricted. And so I definitely snuck playing video games a lot.
Interesting. I think I don't think I snuck it.
You didn't? Were you allowed to play like anytime you wanted?
No.
Were you allowed to play games
So
besides Jesus games?
My first exposure to video games was the Atari 2800 or something. I can't even remember the number after it, but my grandparents loved going to garage sales, and they realized that people were just getting rid of Atari. It was just on the out because this new Nintendo Entertainment System was out or about to come out. I don't remember what it was, but they had literally hundreds of Atari games because they were available in the garage sale market.
This was like 1942. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we had to like starve the squirrel so he would run and spin the thing to generate the power.
The squirrel steam power.
Yeah,
Nice. That's where the idea of steam came from.
from squirrel,
Yes.
some squirrel power.
Yes.
You had to light a steam fire under his ass to get him to run.
We all got to do it sometimes. Anyways, keep going.
Yeah, anyway, I just played dozens, if not hundreds, of Atari games with my grandfather or my sister. That was my first exposure to to video games growing up. And then one Christmas, I got a NES, a Nintendo, and it was glorious
Yeah.
for just a few months. I don't actually remember how long, but my dad and I played it so much that my mom got rid of it.
No.
I think my dad started developing carpal tunnel syndrome because he was just like spamming the shoot button all the time. We played Contra. Did you ever play Contra?
Yeah, that game's hard.
Yes. I don't think I ever beat it unless I did the Konami cheat code.
Oh, really? There's a cheat code in it? I didn't know that.
You don't know the famous cheat code?
Not for that game, no.
Like, what's a famous cheat code you can do with a controller?
Yeah, it's like the up, down, left, right, A,
Yeah,
B,
up,
start.
down, down, left, right, A, B, select, start if it's two players.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, we beat it with that. And it was satisfying.
cheated.
But then my mom took it away.
Yeah, did she like tell you she was going to?
I don't remember that part. I feel like it was like maybe one promise of like, if you all don't stop playing this so much, I'm going to return it. And then my dad's arm started hurting too much.
Are you sure it's from the game?
I don't know, actually.
There's a whole other situation happening.
I wasn't aware. I got the Nintendo. That's the only thing I'm paying attention to.
Yeah, you're just a kid, but you're just fucking addicted to whacking it. That was causing the issues of the marriage.
Yep.
Just like, if you don't do that, I'm gonna ruin your son's life. By taking away his
Jesus
game.
Christ.
Sorry. I mean, I'm not sorry. This hypothetical might be real. I don't know. But how often were you playing it to get to that point?
I don't remember that. It was when I was so young. I'd be curious to know when that came out because it felt like I was really young, and then it was I couldn't even argue. Yeah, it must have been when I was less than 10.
Okay.
But yeah, it was like a long dry stretch.
With no game. Wait, for you or your dad?
Yes.
Okay.
He was probably so angry that she took our video games away.
Did you have a favorite game out of those? Was it Contra or did you have some more?
It was Contra. That's the only really one I can remember. I can remember playing Super Mario Brothers and Contra, and then it was like a huge dry stretch until I joined a soccer team and would hang out with my friends and got to play their Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I kind of skipped the whole Super Nintendo.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it was like a neighbor had it, but I didn't really like the neighbor very much. He wasn't worth playing the video games for.
Yeah, I mean, I remember doing the same thing of like going over to a friend's house because they happen to have a game. And like the neighbor kids would go to those people's houses, so you'd have to buy the same game. You could just play it.
Yeah, that's a good way to save money.
Yeah, it's also a good way to like, connect and like socialize as a kid. You're like, we're going to Johnny's house. He's got Smash Bros. Which is like what I did.
But. Yep, never got into Smash Bros. Didn't have enough access to it to get any good for it to be fun.
Got it. Okay, before I want to know more about like what you jumped into, like the next type of games you jumped into after that dry spell for you and your dad.
Yeah,
feel bad for him. But I'm curious, like you were describing that you played like the Atari games with your grandpa.
Yeah,
was he pretty blown away by games at that point? Like that's. Do you remember that at all?
They were really simple games, like really simple.
Like Asteroid type shit.
Yes, Asteroid or the Space Invaders, or I remember there being like an Indiana Jones game and an E.T. game, and those were like the most advanced.
I remember I watched a video of the E.T. games like rated one of the worst games ever made.
I hated it. It was...
It's like almost unbeatable.
I tried it like 3 or 4 times and then like never played it again.
From what I've seen, that if I'm remembering correctly, there's actually like a bunch of buried games or something like that of it because there was like so many excess games because no one was buying it.
You mean they just like put them in a hole?
I'm vaguely remembering something like this, unless it was like a joke, and it could be because it was like a long time ago.
Yeah.
But did you have fun playing with your grandpa? That's a great way to connect with a family member.
No, it was good. They were the grandparents that would get down on my level, mine and my sister's level, and we would play with like boxes whenever we were little, making a fort or tying sheets to chairs and making a blanket fort. Or
wow,
yeah, he would get down and play video games with us. And
you were really close to them then.
Yeah, for the until my family started a restaurant together. And the working together caused a huge rift in the family.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me like the chalk, or was it chalk?
That was the second rift in the family. The restaurant was the first rift, and then the second rift came because of my grandfather giving me his truck.
Okay,
but yeah, everything was great. We would have everyone over for Sunday, and they'd fish at the lake, or we'd go to one of my aunt's houses for a Sunday dinner, and it was like decent family gathering. And then you got split up and couldn't play Atari with my grandfather anymore.
Yeah, it sucks that like family drama can just like remove fun experience like that when you're younger.
I know, just like vanish or just deleted a relationship. I guess mainly my grandfather was the closest relationship I had there.
Do you remember wanting to have like a relationship with him like during that time with the drama and stuff?
Yeah, it felt strange for him to side with who he sided with. And so it felt like a betrayal.
Oh no.
He had to betray somebody. And so I know he was in like...
It was just you he betrayed?
No, I think he would have pointed at my dad because later when my parents got divorced, we were allowed back in the family for a year or two till the next drama came up.
Was that a long like time gap too between that time period?
Yeah, I want to say it was 3 or 4 years that we were back, or two or 3 years we were back together, and then I think I moved away before it like settled. I don't know. I remember going back to my grandfather's funeral from out of town.
I'm not laughing at this. I feel really bad. I had a joke that I was gonna say before you even mentioned the funeral thing, and I was like, oh shit. Now that I'm thinking about even saying this joke, it started making me laugh. But I was gonna just like blatantly ask you like some question about this. You're talking about the Sims game, right? But then it got so serious that I didn't want to go continue with that joke. So
okay,
you're talking about your grandpa's funeral. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Where were we? Oh yeah, that really sensitive thing that I started laughing during.
No, I really was not laughing at that. Like,
No,
sorry.
video games was like a weird connection between my grandfather and I. It's thinking back now, I'm like glad that Atari existed because it gave us something to connect over. And I would still play that game. There's one game today. It's just one screen. There's multiple mazes, and you are a very simple looking couple of dots, a couple of pixels, and you can shoot one bullet out at a time. And if you shoot a second bullet, then your first one out disappears. And if you hold to the left and shoot the bullet, then the bullet's going to turn left anywhere it can in the maze.
Whoa.
And I loved you played 2-player and figuring out which way to turn that bullet and how to go and hide from the other person's bullet. It was just such a simple thing, but I loved it.
Wow, that's really cool. I do think there's something really special about video games when it comes to like playing them with other people or experiencing them with other people. Like some of my favorite childhood memories are actually playing a video game, like with my siblings or my cousins or my friends.
Did you ever see an Atari?
I mean, I've seen the games, like emulator games for them,
But not like the actual system.
I've seen images. I don't think I've seen one in person.
Black with fake wood grain and stuff, if I remember correctly. It was weird.
Yeah, it's like definitely like that 70s like style, like house decoration.
Yeah, like kind of like an 8-track tape. I never used one of those, but the consoles or the cartridges looked like that.
Yeah, I don't know what the cartridges look like. Were they like, I don't even know what 8-track looks like.
8-track, I think, is like that big or something. And like Ataris were a little bit smaller and square and about half an inch thick or more.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, you gotta blow them out, of course, and then stick it in. And then you gotta blow it out and then stick it in again, and then it works.
Yeah. So my first console was actually an N64. So
oh man.
Yeah, which is crazy because I was born into that generation of like going directly into 3D games when they first like came out. Because I think Super Mario 64 was like one of the first 3D games that had come out at that point in time. And so it is sad I didn't get to watch. I was like right off that cusp of like the transition between like the evolution of like video games. But I'm still happy I got to experience, and also like the Sega Genesis, like these little cartridge based games where you had to blow it out, and then like it was fun. But what games did you like after that long dry spell? Again, apologize for your dad. When was the next like game that you like started playing or console?
I think it was after my dad had left and my mom was more aloof and didn't pay attention as much anymore. And I was like a later teenager.
She's like, "You want some games, you guys?"
No, she just didn't pay any attention.
Oh shit!
But my friend was like, "Hey, I'm going to sell my N64." I was like, "Oh, really? I would love to have one of those." And it was like years old at that point. Okay. And I bought it from and had all the games like Mario Kart and the Mario Odyssey or Super Mario 64.
Yeah.
And GoldenEye.
Oh yeah.
That was the game. Whenever I kind of got back into video games, that was what everyone was playing. Soccer tournaments, everyone would have their N64, sometimes multiple N64s, just fighting over who gets to play Odd Job.
On GoldenEye?
Yeah.
Did you play that game a lot then?
Yeah. The multiplayer a lot.
Yeah. I played the multiplayer of that game a lot as well. But then I also played oh man, I'm still just having flashbacks of, I watched a video recently of like the old N64 GoldenEye, and I just remember like the sound effects, like the AK-47. It's like pew, pew, like the bullets.
Those are even like pulling the watch out. I'm sure that if I heard that sound, I'd be like, oh man, it takes me back.
Yeah, where like it pauses and just slowly goes up.
That was kind of fancy.
Yeah, I mean that was a pretty like advanced game. I mean, if you look at it now, it's like holy shit, how the fuck do we play this? Because it's like frame rates are so shitty. It's like. But one of the games that was very similar to GoldenEye was Perfect Dark. Have you heard of that game?
I heard of it, never played it.
So one of my favorite gaming companies is this company called Rareware. But they made games, I think, on like the Super Nintendo. They did like which I guess you never really played, but I think it was like, oh my gosh, something Toads, Battletoads.
Oh yeah, I remember that being so huge, and I played it like 10 minutes one time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just didn't have access to the SNES.
That makes sense, yeah. They're probably still my favorite company because like most of the games that they made were so amazing that like like I still have like a guilty like pleasure spot where I'll play some of their older games every once in a while.
It sounds familiar. What if they made any others that are significant?
Yeah, so one of the ones that I probably played the most was Perfect Dark and then the Banjo-Kazooie games.
Oh, okay. I didn't play that one.
Those are probably my favorite games ever made. Like the Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. You're just this like I was like 5 years old when I was playing this for the first time. It's like you're just this bear with a backpack on that has a bird, and then you like learn different moves, and it's like this collectathon game where there's these huge worlds and you have to like solve puzzles to get
Like a 3D platformer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, I'll still play that. I have it on my Xbox, like a remastered version of it.
Oh, wow.
Or HD version of it. And I actually haven't played it in a while. I went through a phase where I was playing at least like once every 3 years, and I would just beat it really fast because I know everything's
How long
at.
does it take to beat?
I don't remember off the top of my head, but I can get pretty far within a few hours, I would say.
Okay. Huh.
But so they made those games, and then they also made the Donkey Kong 64 game.
Oh, I did play some of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Conker's Bad Fur Day, if you ever played that.
No.
Oh my God.
Say the name of it again?
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yes.
I hate that name.
It makes more sense if you knew the context of what it was. But it's about it's a squirrel. So it's like a bad hair day, but bad fur day because he has fur. But it is first off, they're like entire humor style. I think they're from the UK, is just like so outlandish and kind of weird and crude, but also like silly and cool. But that game, I didn't play until I was a little bit older, which is probably a good thing because it's not for kids. Imagine like that Banjo-Kazooie platformer game that's rated M that has like a flower that has like big tits and like orgasms on the
I'm
game.
surprised something like that existed.
Yeah, I think it's one of the only games that came out around the time period that was like super crude like that. Like the whole purpose of the game, you're this squirrel who gets too drunk and then he wakes up hungover, and then you're trying to like get home being super hungover, and you have to like piss a bunch when you wake up and like throw up. Yeah, there's some crazy shit in that game where like there's this part where you're in this area where there's a bunch of like these like fire demons that are like trying to attack you, and it's like super cartoony and like happy, just like Banjo-Kazooie. And you have to like if I remember correctly, you have to drink beer, and then you have to start getting like drunk, and you have to start aiming your piss on them to put them out.
That's the only thing you've got to drink, so you got to get drunk again.
Yeah. So that game is just like, it's amazing. I don't think it holds up now, but it was like back then it was like insane.
I feel like your video game history is similar to your YouTube video history, just very unusual, obscure things that most people haven't heard of. I'm jealous of that.
My YouTube video one? What do you mean by that?
I mean, like that Kung Fu.
Kung Pao movie?
Yeah.
Wait, so YouTube or movie?
YouTube videos. Your movies seem, well, pretty normal so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, your YouTube is very bizarre. I don't, there was something else you showed us that was super, that.
Which one?
The TV show that was like, it only had 2 seconds of the actual TV show. Was all the rest of it was intro.
Yeah.
What was that called?
It was Too Many Cooks. It's like,
oh yeah.
But I watched so much like obscure, like me and my brothers like watched so many weird ass like fucking videos on YouTube. But like a lot of them were Adult Swim that I was showing you. That video is amazing. If you haven't seen it, watch Too Many Cooks. It's like free on YouTube, but it is insane.
I wonder if it's you having a bunch of siblings and just like I've seen my kids turn stuff into a meme, or it's a meme just between the 4 of them, but they say it all the time. They sing this thing like, "Take my hand, don't be scared. Then I will bash your head into rocks." What? And I was like, what is that from? Years later, they've been saying this for years. And they're like, oh, that was from the time that we were playing by a river while backpacking and Nori almost fell in. I was like, wait, that's not from a TV show or something?
Yeah.
But yeah, the siblings thing, I feel like just sitting around, you're bored and
Yeah.
someone says something and then it was like stupid. And then someone says it again and it starts to get funny.
Yeah.
I feel like I missed out on that.
Oh, that sucks. I know quite a few people that didn't get to experience that. Like, I definitely have, not with all my siblings, but with like my older brother and like younger brother. Like, we still, I mean, you've experienced it when we hung out. Like, there's like so many weird, obscure memes that they're not even memes. They're just inside jokes from when we're kids still that we still say.
They call those memes now.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. Yeah. It's just like more like generally spread out inside joke. I don't think any of them are that funny anymore, but.
There's probably, I can't remember them right now. They're too obscure. You've told me a few.
Of like the inside. Oh, of like the yeah. I don't know if I want to share them on here because I like to keep my shit private sometimes.
21 episodes into a podcast.
Yeah, fuck that. You know, I'm not starting now. I'm not sharing anything new. I'm only gonna say the same things I've said before. So there's this game called Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Man, I feel like I'm having a panic attack on the show.
You do?
No, I'm just saying we can't say anything new. I'm just pulling up old material.
I don't remember you saying that before.
Oh shit, was that you?
Yeah, maybe it was. You can try having one if you want. I'll support you emotionally.
That would be fun to try to have a panic attack.
Yeah, try faking one. So I'll just like keep talking, and then you try faking a panic attack.
I don't even like what I'm trying to think of. What do I even think about? I put myself up on a ledge, like,
Yeah,
but my climbing's maybe not so scared of it anymore.
you're overthinking. Just act. Just act. So it was the other day. I was like,
I can't do this.
"What?
I can't. It's too much.
Keep going." That was good until you broke character. You're like, you know what? I'll give you 5 stars out of 20.
Thank you. I did just remember a time period of my life where I got a bunch of that just meaningless hangout time.
Uh-huh.
It was my mom kicked me out of the house.
Oh, shit.
It was a great time of my life, actually. Yeah, I went to live with my friend at the time he was homeschool friend. We worked at the same restaurant together. And I lived with him for a month. And we actually grew apart during that time, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
But we reconnected after I moved out. It was just like testing our friendship.
Yeah.
But his 2 brothers, for some reason, he had to get up earlier, and me and his brothers would stay up till 3 a.m. playing this one video game. I have no idea what the fuck it was called. It wasn't anything good, but it was these off-wheel vehicles in a snowy environment, and we would just play tag. I have no fucking clue what the game was actually about, but we would just try to touch each other in the car, and we played it for.
You guys would touch each other in the car?
touch each other with my car to his car.
Sorry. Keep going.
It was safe and it was protected.
Okay, cool. And
But
consensual.
it was. I don't know if you went through this stage, but it was when we learned about your face jokes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so it was like we just explored this video game and your face jokes. It was good times, and we laughed over the dumbest shit.
Yeah.
And you got to live that. You're so
Yeah.
lucky with all your siblings.
I mean, it wasn't always great. I mean, it's like I shared like a room with 2 other brothers.
Really?
Yeah.
Your whole childhood?
Until I was like 12, I think I got my own room for the first time. But yeah, it was like my 3 sisters in one small room, and then me and my 2 brothers in one small room.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because we grew up really poor, so we not the entire time. My dad ended up getting a sales job where they ended up building a house on the property, and it was a really nice house. But before that, it was like a manufactured home where it's like very small, maybe even like a I don't know, like a double wide trailer where it's like, isn't that like a house? It's not like a trailer, but it's like this. It looks like a
manufactured
house.
home.
Yeah. Okay.
Double,
So we
double wide. I like the term double wide.
Okay. Well, so I lived in there for a long time. And so it was like playing outside in these fields constantly or playing video games. And we had like a little teeny, like not teeny actually, like a box TV like this that we'd play like 4-player split screen on. And
Was it in your room?
No, it ended up getting moved there once for a while. We had like, we'd use it to watch like TV shows we weren't supposed to. Because my parents were pretty strict on shows, and they had the bunny ears, and we found out that we could like move them to the point where we could actually watch some of the channels that we weren't supposed to watch. So you watch like a bunch of Malcolm in the Middle, like as it was airing, and Star Trek Next Generation.
Okay. Yep.
And that's the only time I ever watched Star Trek. We were like, oh shit, this is good.
It's worth it if it's the only thing.
Yeah.
I literally felt that exact same thing about Star Trek Next Generation. It's like,
Oh, really?
oh, there's nothing on. I guess I'll watch this. Oh, it's like actually all right.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah.
I just remember having like weird like fever dreams of that guy's like has like that weird thing on his forehead.
Worf?
Yes. For some reason, I just like if I think about that person, I just see this weird image in my mind of like this strange like forehead.
That's funny. It's like the smallest thing you can change.
Is it? Oh, just the thing on the
Let's
forehead.
put like some wrinkles.
Yeah. We gotta make this character special. Let's put some shit on his forehead. They did it with Harry Potter, but
I feel like there was some movie where he's like, it's a Men in Black. He's a Balchinian. And he looks kind of normal.
oh yeah,
Except he uncovered his chin and he had his balls right there.
yeah. Did you ever oh my god, I forgot about this movie. Have you ever seen the movie 43 or 47? It's either one of those.
That sounds familiar. Is a spoof movie?
Yeah, it's like these just like short films all together, and they make no sense. It's the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life, but it's like some of it's pretty
That's
funny.
saying something.
Yeah, like maybe we should watch this at some point. I don't know if I should spoil this for you.
Okay.
I'll spoil one of them. Like there's this one skit from it where it's like it's all completely normal, and it's like this guy going on a date with like this girl going on a date with Hugh Jackman, and he has like a scarf around him, and they're like connecting really well, and then he takes it off, and he just has testicles hanging from his neck,
Oh, that sounds vaguely familiar.
and then the rest of it is just her like trying not to talk about it, but he's like eating soup, and they're falling into the soup, and like the people at the like the restaurant are like treating it like it's normal and like wiping it for him.
It sounds like the Black Mirror, but older.
Yeah, it's like Black Mirror, but just like stupid, weird spoof shit. Yeah, so that popped in my head with the ball thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
What pops in my head with the ball thing is an episode of Family Guy where he like does something with his chin. He's like, whoa, what are these doing here? And he puts them back in his pants. Because he's got like the little...
Yeah. It looks like a straight ball sack. That's really funny. So, going back to Perfect Dark, I want to talk about this because I got like some special like memories from this show.
Okay.
In that same house, I was really tiny. We'd play. I think this is before we had the TV in a room. We had this small little TV, and we played 4-player split screen on this small ass TV. And Perfect Dark was fucking awesome. It's so funny. I feel like I just want to like nerd out about video games so much because like sometimes in the middle of the, like late at night, I will just start ranting about these stories and playing these games to Courtney while we're falling asleep. And it's like, I forgot all about this stuff.
Like you're recapping the story of a video game.
Yeah, or just like the mechanics and how like fun it was and why it was so fun. But it was just like GoldenEye. Like one of the levels of GoldenEye was actually in that game. And so it was like the same thing, just like a shooter. You can set up bots that are just like these like bots that go and like kill you and fight you. But it was also made by that Rare company and it had such creative guns. And I probably played that game like probably more than any other game possible because we just play it constantly. We're like 4-player battle split screen where we'd like do crazy shit with like some of the cheats in the game. So you can make what was so cool is all of like the bots, like the NPCs that you can like fight. They're all called sims, like simulations, but they all have different characteristics you can assign. So there's one called like meat sims, and they're these like stupid things that sometimes don't even know how to fire a gun. They'll just like aim and like not able to shoot you sometimes. There's like a revenge sim where if you kill them, they will literally ignore everyone else but only come after you.
I like that. That's
Yeah.
fun.
And then we did a bunch of like weird like hacks in the game where like you can make everyone like really tiny with huge heads. Or there's also peace sims that like were these characters where they would never use guns. And the moment you took out a gun, they'd come and disarm you and take it from you. And so we just play these weird little games, like fucking with the game itself, where like we'd all run and laugh and like pull out our guns. And we'd have like 10 of these peace sims coming at us in the game. And some of my favorite memories were in the middle of the night. Since we're homeschooled, we'd have school the next morning. Like my older brother Austin would be like, Lane, wake up. Let's play Perfect Dark. And then we'd go get my older sister, and in like our living room area, we had like a pellet stove. And so it'd be like pitch black besides like the light from like the warmth of the stove. And we'd hook up the N64 into it. And that's how I learned how to do like the AVI cables as like a five or 6 year old. And then we'd play it all night long. And then we try doing this like multiple times. We laid out a blanket next to the fireplace and just like.
Did you ever get caught?
No, I mean, they probably saw us when we like maybe fell asleep out there. I don't know.
Because I like my two boys have played their fair share of like way too much video games in one session, and you can always tell. It's like they have crazy bags under their eyes, and for some reason their cheeks get super flushed, and it's funny. It's like, oh, you've been doing screens, and just imagine waking up at like 7 a.m. and your kids wake up at, I don't know, 10, and they're just like dragging through the day.
It was worth it. It was like some of the best like memories I have as a kid. Okay, so what are some of your favorite like video games ever? You don't have to like rank them, but like which ones like stood out to you or like, oh my God.
Command and Conquer. Did you ever play those games?
Like the RTS one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Me and Daniel played those a whole bunch, and another friend before Daniel. And I remember it was such a pain in the ass to get connected. It was so hard.
Like trying to do it LAN? Or over the internet?
No, we were trying to do it over dial-up.
Oh, okay.
And then it was even difficult over the internet when we had a broadband connection. But I loved those games, especially I think it was Command and Conquer 3 when they had the terrorists as one of the races.
It's been so long since I played it.
I really liked that one. I still sometimes think of the lines that the little construction workers say, you know, like the drones or whatever.
Yeah.
You're like, please don't hurt me. Like that. It still pops in my head till today.
See, me and my older brother still do that with StarCraft. Like, I read you, sir. Like, we still say shit like that constantly.
Interesting, yeah.
Oh man, RTS games are so fun, especially when you're playing with like your friends like that. Was it just you and him that would play those games together?
For the most part, we had a few LAN parties. Oh my God, LAN parties were so good. Mm-hmm. Everyone bring their huge monitor and their tower, and everyone was like one computer set up per table. It was so big, and we would get that set up. I think we played mostly Warcraft when we had like a large group of people because more people played that RTS than Command and Conquer. But yeah, it was back before the days of a meta game. Like, I don't know if you experience this where you start playing a game and it's like, oh my God, this is so much fun. It's like playful and silly and can team up and do this funny thing. And then you get cooked by these people that are better than you, and you learn that there's like an efficient way to play the game. And so now you gotta switch how you play it to that way. Otherwise you're just going to be beaten every single time. And that's when I started dipping out of RTSs. Whenever people started just putting a whole bunch of time into it that I didn't want to put into it.
It became like too competitive.
Yeah, I remember my brother-in-law talking about like how many clicks per minute or actions per minute, your APM or something like that. It's like, oh well, I'm at 180 and I'm at 50 or something, and it just wasn't worth it.
It just removes the fun from it.
Yeah. Command and Conquer was really big. Ocarina of Time. That was another. That's 64, right? In 64. I really like that one. That one stands out a lot.
It was the first game. I think I've told you this before, but it was the first game I beat as a kid, and I actually beat it as like a 4-year-old.
Yeah, I remember you saying it was really young. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was just like so addicted to it. I was just like wanted to figure everything out by it. Like my uncle, my uncle has stories when he said he'd come visit me when I was like that age, and I'd just be like, I'm doing this stuff on Zelda, and I'm like, I got the star on Mario, and I would get so excited just to share the details of what I was doing in these games. But that's like all my brain could think about was video games.
Learning, I mean, that's a pretty complex game to beat, especially as a 4 or 5 year old.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of story, and you got to know where to go and when to go there.
Yeah.
Probably contributed to your data engineering.
I definitely think it did when it came to like solving problems. I think a lot of it had to do with observing and watching like my siblings play it too, and like picking up things. But still being able to figure that out as a young kid, like I didn't think about that until like much later in my life, like in my mid-20s. Like, holy shit, I beat that so young.
It's kind of like a cool accomplishment actually because of how young it is.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, but you enjoyed playing that game? Because I fucking loved that game. It scared the shit out of me though as a kid.
I don't remember being scary. I remember being like, oh, what the fuck was that song I need to play?
Yeah. The da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na-na-na. It's like the one that makes it like rain.
Yep, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And then there's one that calls your horse.
Yeah. Did you beat it?
Yeah.
Okay. So the part that scared me a lot is when you get that I think it's like called like the Eye of Truth, that magnifying glass where you can see like walls that are not real.
Oh.
Do you remember that at all?
Barely.
So you go into like a well, and when you have that, you start realizing a lot of the walls are like, see, like I'm getting excited thinking about this, but probably because as a kid playing this, like, holy shit, this is like crazy. You get this new item, and then you find out this area you've tried exploring. Like there's an entire new world there that you haven't figured out. But then some of those rooms, there's like some nasty fucking like evil demon looking creatures that are like, for a rated E game, I was like, holy shit, this is fucked up.
Were you, did you use potions? Or there's like 2 types of people. There's
Like
the type of people
mixing potions?
that end the game with like a bajillion fucking potions because they were saving them for the right time. And that was me.
Okay.
I would just, not anymore. If I play a game now, I use the stuff because
Yeah.
I learned as a kid. Oh man, I had so many potions left over.
Yeah. Like, you know, like just in any game or that game?
Yeah, any
specifically?
game.
Yeah, I've had to learn the same lesson because I got to the point where it was just like, I was like, oh, this item's so special, I don't want to use it yet. Like the best example is when I played, me and Courtney played Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay.
We had so many items and like these rare spells that we didn't want to use because they're rare. But then towards the end of the game, we're like, fuck, like I can tell we're about to beat this game. We've played for like 80 or 90 hours. We're like close to the end. Let's start using this stuff. But it is a hard thing when you don't really know like the rarity of an item or when you should use it. But so now I have like a voice in my head that's just like, no, just use it, like experience it, have fun with it. Yeah.
Did you ever 100% a game?
Yes.
I didn't. I never did that. I don't think I did. I think I probably did like 100% of certain categories, but not everything.
Okay. I was really bored teenager for a period and kind of got addicted to on my Xbox 360 when it came to like achievements. And so then I don't think it's I don't remember what it's called, but like there's one where you can get every achievement from the game, which means you 100% it. And I think I started going through a phase where I'd play games just to 100% it.
Wow.
I can't do that now. That sounds like such a fucking waste of time.
That's a lot of boredom.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
like 15. So and just at
What
home.
about difficulty of games? When you start out a new game, what difficulty do you set it to?
I always probably set it to 1 over normal, like a little bit harder than normal. I think I'm actually pretty good at video games. And so I've noticed that some games are like way easier than they used to be. And if a game's too easy, I get so fucking bored of it. Like there's no challenge to it. And so I'll always go up a little higher because I notice that games are just easier. But I cannot stand when games like the difficulty just increases how much health like an enemy has and like decreases the amount of damage you do to it.
Right.
Like I feel like that's the type of difficulty that's like not fucking fun at all. Like there's like this weird balance between stats in a game. But what about you? What difficulty do you do? Easy?
I started on normal for a really long time and then switched to if it's like my jam type of game, if it's I love stealth platformers. There's this one called Mark of the Ninja or something. So
Oh yeah, I know that one. Yeah.
I loved that game. And if it's like that, I'll just set it right to the maximum just because it's almost like when you get into a really good book, it's like, oh my God, this is a long book. And then you get towards the end of it and you're like, oh my God, I wish it was longer.
Yeah.
That's how I started feeling that way about video games. And so I could make them longer by setting to the max difficulty and just approaching it differently.
Did you like those type of that type of like puzzle game where you're like stealth? Because stealth is like a puzzle. You got to figure
Yeah.
out ways of like solving that problem.
There's another game called Monaco that
Okay.
is kind of like that, where there's policemen walking around and they sweep their lights and you've got to sneak past them. There was a Flash game about a classroom a long time ago.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Okay. They made like a full version game and I loved it, but none of the people that were around me at the time really liked it. And so I didn't get to play that much.
Oh.
But a weird thing about gaming for me is it's almost all multiplayer. Very few games like Ocarina of Time, Super Mario 64.
Mm-hmm.
There's really not very many single player games. I guess partly I didn't own it. And by the time I was old enough, I didn't want to play it by myself. It wasn't interesting enough or good enough or something.
Yeah, that sucks. Like I've gotten to a point where I have like a really broad filter that filters out games that I will never like play. But there are some like story-based games that I'm like, I get excited for, but it's really rare for me to get that excited about it. Like one of the more recent ones is the God of War series. Like, holy shit. Like those games are amazing. I was actually never a fan of the other ones. Like I played them a bit, like the older ones. So like these, have you ever seen those games?
I've played one where it's like a dad and son or something in the beginning.
Yep.
Yeah, that I just started it and I didn't click with me.
Okay. That's like the newer series. Probably some of the most like amazing like storytelling and visual experience I've ever had in a movie, a game, or anything.
Wow.
The storytelling, the seamlessness between it. There's no transitions. There's no load screens. It's all just one continuous thing between battles to the sequences to the end of the game. And especially the second one, like they put so much work into the detail and color of these like worlds and some of the bosses you fight. And it's like, it's just an amazing game. I'd consider those games like masterpieces, honestly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. You have to give it another try.
Yeah. Well, everyone's so different when it comes to like the games they enjoy. Like for me, I noticed that there's certain genres where it's like they kind of fit into my lifestyle if I want to play a game. Like sadly, I don't play games as much as I used to because I used to play games a lot because I don't have as much time and because my ego wants to convince me that it's a waste of time, even though I'm trying to get myself to do it. But sometimes I'm like, oh, you know what? Now is the time I'd be really into like round-based games where I can just hop on for a few minutes and maybe like Counter-Strike, where I can play Counter-Strike for like a few rounds and maybe play for a few more and then maybe play for a few more. And then I'm like, oh shit, it's getting late. I'll play for a couple more. And then I'll have such high adrenaline that I can't go to sleep. But
that's weird. You played Counter-Strike.
Yeah,
I was going to like make a joke about Call of Duty because I assumed you would never play any game like that.
I played Call of Duty a fuck ton too.
Oh, wow. I
Yeah.
hated that game.
Really? Which Call of Duty game? Or all of them?
All of them, any of them that I ever tried. Call of Duty, Rainbow Six.
The Siege one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just, and again, I don't really want to play the solo single player part of it. I just want to play the multiplayer. And as soon as you step into that, like stick your head around a corner, you just killed immediately.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, I have to learn a whole bunch to have a decent amount of fun in this game. I don't want to learn that.
That makes sense. Yeah, when I was a teenager, I had so much free time. I'd play Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, yeah.
So
I remember
much.
that one being really big.
I got to the point where I was like first place almost like every round. And I became like so show offy about it because I would have my friends come and play 4-player split screen. And I'd be like, you know what? You guys all use guns. I'll just use my knife. and I would kill them all using my knife. And so I was just this fucking asshole who play just to show off how good I've gotten at this game. But that game, oh man, it just like thinking about it just gives me nostalgia of. I just had so much fun getting good at that game, and it was like really cool. It's like Counter-Strike had really cool maps, cool guns. I think all the newer Call of Duties are so fucking terrible in comparison to those older ones. But one of the things I wanted to say, I didn't like Rainbow Six Siege as well. I've kind of gotten out of multiplayer round-based games as like I don't play them as much. But there was a really fun one. Did you ever play Rainbow Six Vegas, the Vegas series?
No.
So me and my older brother played the second one a lot, and I think he like came home for one of the summers after he had moved out. So I was still like this teenager, and he like I didn't get to see my older brother for a couple of years, and then he moved back in with us, I think, for a bit. And I bought that game, and we played that game a lot, and it was so fun because it's like a third-person game, and it's extremely tactical, and you actually have to be like sneaky at the same time. Like think of like the Splinter Cell series. Have you heard of those?
Yeah, I've heard of those.
And each level was like a setup. It had a certain amount of terrorists that were like set in certain rooms in certain areas. And the whole goal was as tactically as possible, figure out how to take everyone out. And it was super hard because if you would kill one person, everyone would hear it, entire groups of people would come and you just get like murdered. And so it became like, almost like you'd build like this technical plan for like clear out this room and then clear out this room. And it was really cool because you can break windows and put a rope down and walk, like swing outside of the buildings. So you felt like a spy going in and breaking these areas, killing everyone.
Is that multiplayer campaign?
No, I don't remember if I don't think maybe the campaign was multiplayer as well, but it was like each level was just a mission. It was like kill everyone on this map as well as you can. And we played that for so long because like it was just very fun. Like that level of difficulty, learning the map, learning specific ways of approaching it, and then doing it together. And then especially with like the mechanics of being able to like actually act like a real person, like break through windows and like allowing you to be more tactical.
I think I would have liked that. That game in particular reminds me of Sniper Elite series. I don't know if you ever played any of those.
I've played the first one. Yeah.
I've played all of those, and it was so fun to like go through it and beat it, and then go through it and turn out the difficulty, and then we turned it all the way up the last time where we didn't have a HUD or anything.
Whoa.
It was weird, but we still could do it. And yeah, trying to do it sneakily was the most fun way.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's interesting that you like puzzle games like that much, or like tactical games. Sometimes my brain doesn't have time for that. It's like I'm so tired from problem solving when it comes to coding that I'm like, I don't want to play a game like that.
You gotta like shift gears and I don't want to do that sometimes.
Yeah, but then there's times where it's like that can be really fun. You ever heard of the game The Witness?
No.
Maybe I've told you about this before. Maybe not. I played it when it first came out, and I was like, it just didn't click with me. It's this like weird artistic puzzle game. It's first person. You wake up on this island, and you have no idea what's going on, and there's like no hints about anything.
This reminds me of Myst.
It is very similar to Myst, yes. Okay. But so when I first bought it, like I didn't really understand it, and I kind of stopped playing it. And then I picked it up again a few years ago, and I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. And especially playing it with someone, me and Courtney started playing it, and she was like watching me, and I know, like, I'm trying to remember the name of the developer. He's a really cool programmer guy. And I remember reading this article about his approach when it came to developing the game, that he wanted the game to not just handhold you or teach you, but you'd have these little mini epiphanies throughout the game that would like everything would click and you'd understand naturally. And I have not experienced many games that do something like that. And it does such a beautiful job of teaching you like I don't want to explain it to you because I think you should play it, and maybe even Lydia would enjoy like helping you out on it, because it is such a fun, intricate game that gets your brain thinking in so many different ways. But you also like there's all like you're on this huge island and there's these different puzzles you start learning, like different types of puzzles that have different rules, and you start learning by going to one area and beating one area, you start learning these little teeny rules about some of the other ones. And so you feel like you're learning a new language kind of. And it got so complex that me and Courtney were like taking screenshots. Courtney had a notebook where
Oh my God, I love this.
she was writing stuff. And by the end of the game, we would be multiple nights in a row, we would be in bed in the dark, and I'd be like, I think I can figure this problem out. And I'd be like explaining like how I would solve this problem. She's like, no, I don't think that would work. Do it this way. And we're on the last puzzle, and I was like, I think I have it figured out. And I did it the next day, and I actually beat the puzzle, like the very last puzzle.
You beat
so
it in your
complex.
head in bed.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was like, I'm giving myself enough time where like I can kind of forget about it before I can play it again because I want to re-experience that. But if you like puzzles, and I guess if you do think of games as a waste of time, like you might not be like intrigued with the idea of doing something like that. But I did feel like it got my brain thinking in different ways, and it made me just like, I don't know, I felt like it was a really good brain exercise.
I think it'd be really fun to do it with someone like you did with Courtney.
Yeah.
That sounds like, yeah, with one of my kids or something. Sometime I think I could see doing that.
Oh yeah. Like it's one of those games where you can just hand it back and forth and just like anyone can try. And it's like, it's this open experience for anyone in the room to like try figuring it out. And you're like naturally sharing details. No, that one doesn't work because of this. It's like, it was just such a unique experience that it was just like incredible.
The closest thing that reminds me of is Portal 2. Whenever people started making their own 2-person levels.
I don't think I played any custom levels.
Oh my God. It was my favorite part of the game. Like the game itself was pretty fun to figure out. I remember Daniel and I just decided we're never going to look up the answer. Never going to look up a walkthrough.
Yeah.
We'll just quit. We'll just quit for the night and we'll come back to it the next day. And there was this one level where you could get launched but it would send you right over the finish. And we're like, how the fuck? Like, it's sending you right over the finish, but you had to both get launched at the same time. So you ran into each other and fell onto it. And I was like, oh, I fucking love this. But it was like that where we would spend 5 hours on a level.
Yeah.
And we can't figure it out. And then I'm lying there in bed and like, oh, tomorrow I know what to do.
And it would work?
Yeah.
That's cool. That game just blew my mind when I first played the first Portal game. I tried getting Courtney to play it, but she was like, this hurts my head.
Like the Portal aspect of it.
No, not just the Portal aspect of it, but like how many different variables there are that you have to keep track of when it comes to like acceleration, like the physics. It's like all a physics-based game.
Yeah. You know what I'm sad about that game is those types of games, when I look at them, I'm like out of shape. I get a headache or I get dizzy. And it's like a commitment. It's like if I'm going to get back into Sniper Elite, it's going to be 1, 2, or 3 nights of headaches, and then it'll be fine after that. And that's a huge blocker for me.
Is it from like just getting your brain to be able to play the game, like to
it's
take
the
everything
motion moving around?
Got it.
Yeah.
That happens to me actually in some games too.
Yeah. I remember trying to play Portal and trying to help, I guess, the boys go through the Portal 2 together, and I just like couldn't watch it.
Oh, that's so sad.
I know.
I wonder if there's ways to like fix that.
I wonder, I played a really weird video game. It was developed by the Army.
Okay.
It's called America's Army. Did you ever play this game?
America's Army?
Yep, America's Army. And it was a video game they used to try to recruit people with. And it was like Counter-Strike or Call of Duty where they had missions. But that was the most like round-based game I played. But it was because we had a guy living with us in our house. He was a little bit older than me, but we shared interest in video games. And his computer was right there and mine was right here. And we could like work together. And that's why I played so much of that game during that time period. Yeah, again, multiplayer.
What kind of like, so it was just like round based?
Yeah, it was like one person starts out with half health and no weapon or a terrible weapon, and this one crew's got to go in and get this patient out of the hospital, and this other crew's like the terrorists and they're trying to kill the patient, and you just got to get them to the helipad to get them out. And I played that one single level over and over and over again. It was insane. I cannot believe how much I played it.
Is it just to get better at it, or just because you enjoyed it so much?
Both, I guess. I don't know why I cared about getting better at it, but I did enjoy it a lot.
Wow. Damn. Like, did you ever play many like role playing games at all? You play
No.
Gary's Mod?
No.
Okay. Do you know anything about Gary's Mod?
It was crazy. This seems like a game you would have played. I just remember seeing on Reddit, or maybe it was Dig at the time. Do you remember Dig?
Yeah, I remember Dig. Yeah.
Seeing crazy stuff people were doing on Gary's Mod. I never understood what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, it was just like completely new games. Like people could make brand new games like
Inside of a game.
inside the game.
It
Yeah.
was like the original Roblox.
Yeah, it was because it was the source engine. So they like Valve and Steam. Like Valve is such a cool fucking company. Like the people have Steam and like they released the Valve game. They released this game engine to allow anyone to make whatever games they want out of it.
I didn't realize that it was, or I forgot that it was Valve.
Yeah, it was. They just like released their entire engine, so then you could like not to make money off of it, but for people just to create cool shit. And I've watched some documentaries on them as like developers for like the Half-Life series, which was like another amazing game series that I played. But they were just they just seemed like programmers, or was like learning how to like design and create something that's like works really well. And so they released it out to the public. A bunch of weird mods and stuff came from games like the Half-Life games and Counter-Strike and Team Fortress. But there were some really interesting games in Gary's Mod. One of them actually became much like, I remember a couple of years ago, it was like became more popular in some games to have this thing called Prop Hunt. Have you heard of that? I think other games started taking it, or Gary's Mod became popular again, like through like the internet. But it's this game that's been out for a while, and I think either a few people or one person has like a gun, and they have time, and I think some where you have to have like you only have a certain amount of bullets, but everyone else is humans and can like copy an object in the game and turn into it, and they can move a little bit, but the whole purpose is to hide in this like in the level. So everyone is just like trying to fucking find you and kill you to like win the game. So
I feel like I've seen this or seen some joke memes about it or something.
yeah. I mean, it's an interesting concept of a game, but all of that was just derived from like the mechanics of a game. They're like, oh, there's these objects that all have like natural physics on it where they can like fall over and move and bump into things. Oh, you can be a spectator. Oh, what if you could just turn into the object and just move it around by controlling like the Y-axis, Z-axis on the object to make it jump? Cool.
Have you played virtual reality games?
I've played a little bit. I get sick. I get motion sickness so bad from VR.
Oh, so the most I've played is Half-Life Alyx.
Oh, that's one I want to play so bad.
I didn't get motion sick as long as I moved the teleport way.
Okay, not through the actual motion,
Right.
like the actual analog stick.
But it was too scary for me.
I've heard that from a couple people. It
scared
actually
the
was.
shit out of me. Like I Silas was watching me. I was literally like trembling, holding the controllers and just like moving inch by inch forward in this super dark room. It was terrifying.
Whoa, that makes me want to play it so bad.
It seems much more real, and like shooting it's good, but it's too scary.
Shit. Oh, I'll play that at some point. Like that sounds fun. Do you like scary games much?
No.
Oh yeah, you don't like scary movies, so I guess have you played any other scary games?
I played one of the Dooms until we got to the part where they come out through the stairs, and it scared the shit out of me.
Was it Doom 3?
Maybe I don't
Okay.
I don't remember, but
I feel like I'm nerding out on the game so much. Like I feel like I've not been in this flow state for such a long time.
you grew up in like the perfect time period. You know almost all the games I know, probably except for Atari games.
Yeah, I still find myself doing so much research on video games. Like it's like a guilty pleasure. Like I like the movie thing where I'll figure out what developers existed and what games they made and learning the history behind the games they made. And so there's a lot of games I haven't even played, but I know so much about.
Is there a game developer or a game coming out that you are excited about right now?
I'm excited for the new Elder Scrolls game if it ever comes out.
What is this?
Excuse me.
The Elder Scrolls. That was like a massively MMO, right?
No, so there is Elder Scrolls Online, but you heard the name Skyrim?
yeah.
It's the next one of those.
Oh, okay. Skyrim 2 or the next one.
Yeah, because so I grew up playing. I never played like the first like 2 games, but my aunt gave me a bunch of like when I was a kid. She gave me a bunch of like PC games, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, I'll check these out. And one of them was Morrowind, which was
Oh yeah.
before Skyrim was Oblivion, and then there was Morrowind, and it was just like this crazy RPG game. And I had never played a game like that before in my life. I didn't understand it, and so I remember playing it and going into a city and killing someone. And then it was like someone that had a quest, and it fucked up the entire game where I couldn't do the quest. And I couldn't understand because I was like just a kid. I was probably like 9 years old. I was like, what? And then all the guards were coming after me and trying to kill me. And so I quit the game because it was too intense. It's funny because I got my older son to play Skyrim, and he kind of had like a very like similar experience where he did something, and then I came upstairs and he was freaking out because guards just kept chasing him. And like, that's a weird type of experience to have when you're playing a game as a kid where like, oh shit, the world is responding to the actions.
I did something bad and people are mad at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels weird. So I played Oblivion a shit ton when that came out, and me and my older brother, it was like, even when we were playing single player games, we'd be watching each other play it. Like I spent so much time watching someone beat an entire game. Like my brother or my uncle.
Oh, interesting. I have not had that experience.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like similar to us people watching like a streamer play a game.
Yeah.
But I'm so close to the person in real life that like it was cool. And so me and my older brother played Oblivion like super late at night, and we started like we started getting each other so scared because there's some scary areas where you go into like you find this weird obscure like building, and you go in it, and it has like these intricate tunnels of like vampires and shit trying to kill you. And we like psyched each other out thinking that there was like something scary outside our house because our downstairs area had just pure open windows, or not, they're not open, but they have no blinds. And we had this when I lived in Colorado, and it's just a huge grassy forest behind us. Like there's no houses behind us.
Perfect for monsters.
Yeah. And so we're like, my older brother's like, oh, I think I saw something. Oh, no. No, what happened? He was like, what? He was like, what if we looked back outside and there was just something just standing there looking at us?
That's a perfect seed to plant.
Yeah. But then he started getting scared himself.
Man, in your imagination can just go anyway. It's like the Harry Potter thing. It's gonna be your worst fear.
Yeah, especially like late at night when you're like tired. I'm playing Oblivion for like 7 hours straight. But yeah, so I played those, and then I played Skyrim when I was like in high school, and that was like an amazing experience. Another very communal thing where like my friends were all playing at the same time. They're like, have you tried this area on the map? I'm like, no, what is over there? They're like, just check it out. Yeah, it was like you'd go to school and then just talk to people, and they would like have all these secret things because they're all playing at the same time it came out. I took a couple days off sick to play it. That's like the only time I ever did it for a game.
Huh. Yeah, I think I've bought games. I normally wait until they're like on sale.
Yeah.
But if a new big game is coming out, I will buy it for that reason alone, just because everyone's playing it. They're all going to be online. We're going to talk about it when we're in person.
Yeah.
A GTA was probably the last one I did that with.
Okay.
Whenever it like came online, I was like, oh yes, all my friends are playing this.
The GTA Online one? Okay.
Yeah. That was pretty fun. Load times were too long.
It's like the same experience as watching a movie, like the midnight showing, the opening night.
Yeah.
Where like everyone is like out of their comfort zone to stay up late because they're so excited to watch something. And like the crowd and feeling and sensation of that is so drastically different than just like watching it by yourself.
Did you ever go wait in line for a game?
I don't know if I did.
I did for the original World of Warcraft release.
Really?
Yeah,
For World of
like
Warcraft?
I didn't have to go stay overnight or anything. It was just like an hour or something before the store opened. It was in Atlanta, like a micro center or something. And yeah, all my friends played that game. That took so much of my life.
Like how many hours do you put into it? Do you know?
I don't know how many hours. I would be embarrassed if I knew, but it was to the point where you get in a guild and you do these raids and you have like a schedule. I remember
Like with your team, like they're like
there were 39 other people involved. And so
Oh my
this is
God.
like important to be there. And I was the main healer for our guild. And so I was like committed to a video game.
yeah.
And I remember one time we had to go back from Atlanta up to Tennessee. I say had to. My sister had a baby.
Oh shit. You interrupted that. You interrupted your job.
And
shit.
I set my computer up in Lydia's parents' house because I had a raid that night to play.
Oh my God.
And I guess it was my family went to see my sister, but I stayed home and played in that raid.
Wow.
And that was it was like a wake up call for me. Like, oh shit, this is a little too important.
Like it's just taking up too much of your life?
Yeah.
Like your real
It
life?
was so fucking good though. Like,
Do you have like amazing experiences with these like connections with these people
yeah,
that
I
you're
had a
playing
few
with?
real life friends that played with me, and that was a lot of fun. And then I would make real life friends. Like I ended up going to visit this guy in Queens that I met through World of Warcraft. And that was a whole crazy experience on its own that never would have happened if it wasn't for World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
But yeah, I played so fucking much.
I'm honestly like pretty sad I never got to experience that because I've worked with people, or I worked with someone that like met their husband through World of Warcraft and they moved across the United States to get married. I've met people who've had like amazing life experiences of like still having friends through World of Warcraft. And I think that's honestly, I think it's a really beautiful, cool thing, even though it's like nerdy as fuck.
It is so nerdy, but it was such a good feeling that idea of chasing the dragon.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft is the dragon for me.
Still, do you think?
The feeling that I got, like I wouldn't want to go play that
Yeah.
right now because of how grindy it was and how much time it took to invest into it.
Yeah.
But I remember when the second, like the DLC or whatever, Burning Crusade came out and druids were able to take flying form. That was like, it was epic. I could fly everywhere, even though like you can fly in video games, but it was just, I'd played this whole game for so long. And then now they introduced flying mounts and the druid can just go right into flying form. Oh, that was so good.
Do you feel grateful to have that experience?
It's weird to think that. I've never wondered that because it was like hard on my life, hard on my body. Like I was definitely gaining weight during that time period.
You're like
And it
the
was,
South Park character.
yes, yeah. And it was hard on our marriage. That was like we got married in May of 2004 and that game came out in November of 2004.
Oh my God. Was that like a dress? Like, okay, so how was that? How'd you get into it? Did you just like your friends are playing? They're like, hey, play
Like
this?
I was just in the video game world because I played other video games at the time. And
Just like Warcraft.
Blizzard is
Yeah.
huge and they were coming out with this new thing. It's going to be different than anything ever.
Oh,
before.
you're saying because you bought it like the midnight release for
Yeah.
sorry.
And so it was just like a ton of anticipation and all my friends felt the same. And so I probably had 10 or 15 people that I knew playing it at the beginning. It dwindled over the years, but
okay.
yeah, that
Was your hand pretty tight after that?
No, it was easy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I set up so many hotkeys. That was actually a really fun part. People would make mods to the game, and they were coding, and I didn't even think to even try it. But I could add all the mods and create this user interface that was perfect. And I was
Try to use your interface for it?
yeah, people like you got to see everybody's health bar because you don't want anybody to die, especially when you're the healer. And so you have all 40 people's health bar over on the side, so you can just click on them and heal them from there.
Wow.
It's like there's playing the game, and then there's like setting up to play the game. And
Yeah.
that setting up to play the game was a really fun part of the game.
That is so cool.
Yeah, World of Warcraft. gotten like glimpse of it from trying new MMOs lately, like Guild Wars, and I haven't tried Pal World. Some people like that. That's a new one.
Yeah.
But that's probably one of the most fun times I've ever had.
Yeah.
And maybe one of the worst decisions I've made as far as how much to invest into a video game.
Again, the memories like are worth it. Like, yeah, I probably fucked up my brain a little bit being a kid playing games late at night with my siblings, but like, fuck, I would never take away those like experiences ever, even though. But I guess being an adult with responsibilities is different in that way. Maybe that's why I don't play games as much, because I worry about that. That's not true. It's because there's lots of reasons for that.
Yeah, I think, why don't I play more video games? I think part of it is the motion sickness thing, actually. Games that I want to play would generate motion sickness. The other thing is I want new experiences. I want a new type of game. I feel spoiled so much that I don't want another Warcraft. I don't want another StarCraft. I don't want another, whatever those round-based games are, like League of Legends.
Yeah, MOBA.
Yeah, MOBAs. I want something new, and that just doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, I mean, it is sad, actually. I think we're like seeing the same thing with the gaming industry that we see with like kind of the iPhone, where it's like the technology advanced or the hardware advanced so rapidly that it's like, holy fuck, this is crazy that this is like, can be a phone. And now it's like slowed down so drastically because there's nothing like innovative that they can come up with to apply to it. I feel like the same thing's happening with the gaming industry, where there's a bunch of games that are all just copying each other because those have become their own markets. I would say that Witness game was one of those, because that's like a completely unique experience. The guy fucking made his own like programming language to program his games.
Wow.
And oh shit, there was one other game. There's a game that's like, do you like still like the kind of pixel art, kind of like 8-bit style games? There's a really, really cool game actually that I was like blown away by it, called Animal Well. Have you heard of that?
Oh. I feel like I maybe have played this.
This came out like a couple of years ago.
I was thinking like 5 years ago or something.
No, this is like
okay, maybe not
2-3 years ago. You should check it out. Like a single developer made this. He made this by himself. He made all the music, the art. It is such a weird game. It is very simple. It is so atmospherical. Like the music, the sounds, what happens.
Is it a platformer?
It is a 2D side scroller platformer game. Yeah.
Okay, I think I have played it. And it feels like I got into one of those situations that you got into in Skyrim, where I went somewhere that was really hard to get to.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to get out of it. And I don't know where to go. And I think I quit playing it because of that.
No way.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember anything else, anything about the game?
No.
Okay. Well, you should show me after this so I can verify it's that game.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we can stop talking about that one. But if it's not that one, you should play it, because it's like, I played it late at night with like the audio really loud and the music and atmosphere. It's one of the first games in a while where, again, I have such a broad filter where I'm like, I'm not going to play that. I'm not going to play that. It takes a really rare game that actually makes me feel something to be like, holy shit, this is interesting enough. And like Courtney knows this about me, because if something piques my interest, I will just like rapidly keep playing that until I beat it. But if it doesn't, I'll just like drop it within like 30 minutes.
Did I tell you about the game called Balatro?
Yeah, I play that a lot.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Oh, I don't remember that. You tell me that.
I don't know if we've talked about it. Have you played it? Like
yeah,
much?
that's like one of the new type of games that I was looking for. Like my brother-in-law showed it to me and I was like, what the fuck is this card game?
Yeah.
And then I got into it a little bit. I'm like, oh, I gotta get millions of whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I never got to tens or hundreds of millions, but I got to where it would feed itself and had a good engine going, and then I quit. But I put quite a bit of time into that game. That's like one of the few games I've played on my phone.
Wow.
I don't really like mobile gaming.
I don't either. I would say that's actually one of the main ones I've played too.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. I played it a lot, but I used it for good reasons. So whenever I'd walk on the treadmill, I'd play it.
Oh.
But then there'd be times where I've walked on the treadmill for like over an hour because I have such a good run on it. But you know how like each each one's like kind of a challenge because it has like a perk or like a negative, and you have to kind of like they get harder.
Yeah.
I think almost all of them I have like the highest tier beaten.
Oh my God.
So I've beaten almost all the challenges.
Wow.
And I found, so if you're the way you're describing, like I want a game that has like that's like unique. That type of game is called a roguelike. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Okay. That is probably my favorite genre of game because it is this weird like dopamine burst where like the game restarts, but you kind of progress a little further.
Would you say Hades is a roguelike?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like how this, for people that are not familiar, how this game, like these games usually work, is like the mechanics are you play and then you lose and you have restart each time. But what's cool is the further you get, you start unlocking these different like attributes or different effects, like different ways that change the game up. And then you start like you're able to go farther because you start understanding the gameplay and how you can use certain things to do certain, like it's almost like problem solving, like trying to break the game. You start learning like, oh, if I do this, I can like fucking break the game and like beat it. And then you go even further, and then it becomes this wide like a tree branch, or what's it called? I can't even, like a binary tree of like where it has like all these different like directions that you can go from like the starting point. And then you start learning about like, oh, if I mix this with this, and then this new thing I just got, you can literally just sometimes break the fucking game where it's like you win instantly.
Yeah, you described my feelings of Balatro with that. Like,
oh, really?
Oh, if I can do this and this, oh my God, this card came up. It's going to pair so well with this other thing that I have.
Yeah. It kind of feeds into what you're saying, like that meta gaming where like you're gaming the game.
So what's your favorite roguelike?
Those are the type of games that actually I have to be careful with because I get addicted to them. Like I had to delete Balatro from my phone because I would find myself doing it whenever I would like use the bathroom, whenever I'd exercise. But those type of games, I feel like they change the way I actually think in the time in between. I don't know if you're this way, but I find myself, if I'm playing a game that's very technical and like doing certain moves, and I like have learned, memorized how to play the game very well, even when I'm not playing the game, in my mind, I'm still doing these weird little actions. It's almost like impulsive, where it's like, I'll find myself after having played a game, I noticed that, actually this is actually where it started me becoming aware of it, where I noticed that when I was like laying down to meditate, my mind, my thoughts were just the actions of pushing those buttons, like how my brain would like do those things over and over again. And to the point where like I would be mentally tired, but I couldn't really think about anything else. Like my brain had no room to think about anything else. It was just this repetitive process of playing that game. And
like you were using the game's mechanics to process your thoughts, or you were thinking about the game.
I think it's why I get good at games is because I start using my brain to problem solve the most like efficient and best approaches to play it. And I'm really good at that, especially with like hand-eye coordination and like timing. I'm really good at timing. And so because I'm doing that so much, my brain is like functioning in this way where it's doing those tasks over and over again. And you do it for like a few hours afterwards. It's nothing, like my brain is still just doing that thing. You know,
it's like the Tetris effect that I mentioned before, where after playing it for a while, it's like just going through your mind.
Yes.
But deeper.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And so for these roguelike games, they all do that to me. And I love games that are challenging, and those games are usually challenging. And it's like, ooh, how do I understand how to break this game? Like I'm really good at board games for the same reason too. It's like, what is the most like efficient route in solving this game? And Courtney can attest to this because even if even if I haven't played a game before, I'm really quick to understand and figure out how to like solve it or how to like play it the best way.
And we should play some complicated board games.
Let's do it. Yeah, I gotta put my mouth where my money is, and my money is like $10 on my bet right now.
Okay, I'll take $10 bet.
Yeah, but sorry, going back to your original question. See, I'm like getting so excited to talk about this stuff because I feel like I research games stuff like every day.
Really?
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna admit this now. Ever since it's so weird saying this. Ever since I was like 10, 11, I have like any moment that like at least once a day, I will check like gaming websites to understand what games are coming out, what is being discussed. I still have like, I check IGN like 3 times a day still out of habit in my browser.
Like you just keep a tab open?
No, so I don't usually I don't usually download apps for certain websites or anything like that, or like social media. And so I'll just like, every once in a while, I'll just type in IGN.com, go to it, check it out. Nothing's changed. Okay. Then I'll move on with my day.
That's really interesting. I'm surprised you don't play more video games.
It's because so many games are just shit. Like nothing really like piques my interest as much anymore. And then, so there are like, just like movies, like I'm like I've played so many games and watched so many movies and watched my TV shows that if something doesn't hit this tier of like, with how this type of art is developing, if it's not even able to hit this like median of this is like good, then I'll be like, fuck this. I am not going to waste my time with this. But then if there's a game that's like, what is this? This is like really interesting. Like you can sense from the people that made it and how it's designed that it's like, it's creative, it's engaging, it's maybe like emotionally like stirring. I'm like, oh, what? I want to experience this, and I'll like dedicate my time to that. But my time's a valuable thing.
I think it's weird for people to think like, I want to experience a video game, but I think that people that have never done that are missing out.
I would agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you met many people like that just like I don't play games?
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like most adults, especially women, haven't done what we've done.
Yeah.
Maybe that's changed with younger adults, but people that are older than me, most of them are like, oh, I don't play video games. You know what game I'm kind of probably most ashamed to admit to playing?
What?
Cookie Clicker.
Cookie Clicker. I don't know if I've heard of that.
You just click it and it makes a cookie, and you like make $1, and then you can.
It's one of those tapping games.
You can buy an oven that makes 10 cookies every time you click it. And then you can buy an automatic oven and it makes cookies for you automatically.
Yeah.
And it eventually gets up to like quadrillions of cookies or something like that.
This is a mobile game?
I played it on the browser because
Okay.
I installed an auto clicker.
It's like typing in God mode. On the game.
Yes. But those are like dangerous games for me where like I'll find a new cookie clicker. There's all different types of them. I feel like one was a medieval one where there's archers or something like that. But it was just so satisfying for some stupid reason to get trillions of cookies.
Yeah, I mean, I would kind of categorize those type of games into that. I don't think they're exactly like roguelikes, but it's like a similar mechanic, which is like a dopamine hit of being able to achieve something like large. I remember playing, I don't play games like that very often, I will say. Besides like, I guess this ties into what I was going to say. Like, it reminds me of like Flash games. Like I played a lot of Flash games as a kid. And a lot of them were kind of like that, where it's like you just it just keeps like upgrading the game. And there was one game that was like, I think it was literally called Upgrade, where you're like this little ship, and it's like one of those like basic like action shooting games where like ships come down, you shoot them, you pick up the coins, and then like the level ends. There's like a boss, but every time you get money, there's a store, and in that store,
I love those.
yeah, and in that store what was cool is you'd upgrade the graphics, where the graphics would become nicer
interesting.
based off of paying the money in the store. And so by the end of the game, it's actually like a pretty well designed, intricate game. But those type of games I actually get really addicted to. Did you ever play the penguin one, where you're like a penguin and you slide and you glide, and you get further and further?
Yes. You got to bounce off of the trampoline or.
Yeah.
Yep.
That, and then there's like a burrito bison game.
I don't think I played that one.
Okay. That's one game I every once in a while I've gotten addicted to on my phone, but I end up just beating it because I could not stop playing it. But if you're looking for an interesting, fun, simple, I don't know if you are.
The Burrito Bison game?
Yeah. You have like a character, and then you're like this like bison that's like a Mexican like wrestler, like, and you pull him back like on a slingshot and you launch him, and you can push the button a couple times and you bounce off the ground. There's like gummy bears.
Oh, this is reminding me of something else like this.
Really? I mean, it
There's
was
a dolphin game that's like
dolphin
this,
one?
where you do tricks in the air and you can like swim deeper and then jump.
Oh my God. I remember that. Yeah.
That sounds like what you're talking about.
Yeah. But what's crazy about this one is like, you have to, it's like the penguin one. You have to pick up enough speed because at the end of the level, you have to have enough speed to break through the wall to go to the next one.
Oh.
And then it has a store. And so you upgrade how much power you get launch the person, different abilities for hitting the ground. And you can like fucking go into like space. You can like break the game where like you blow up a bunch of crazy shit and you launch in the air and it's like in the middle of space. And so it's just like the same thing of just like you feel like you're breaking the game by like upgrading it.
I love
that feels
it. Yeah,
so nice.
upgrades, like looting games with gear. I like the game that's like outside the game.
Yeah. See, that's one I cannot get into. I actually don't like games like, I don't know if you ever played Borderlands or Diablo.
I played both of those.
Okay. I don't like, I feel like I see that mechanic where it's like you kill a bunch of things, you get new items, and it's like incremental differences. And then you go through your inventory system, you swap items for what it is, then you get rid of items and you upgrade other items. I actually don't like that mechanic. It feels like that feels too grindy for me. Where like the effect or the difference between what those items are isn't gameplay changing enough for me to feel like something's happening.
Yeah, it is. That's true. It's incremental. In World of Warcraft, if you wanted this certain particular item, then it dropped only from this boss, and you had to go kill that boss, and it was like a 0.04% drop rate.
Oh my God.
And so you just had to farm them over and over again. But it was like what you're talking about, where it's not incremental. It's like game changing because it's got this new feature or whatever.
Yeah, and that's a really awesome idea, actually. One of the game series I like for that, actually that exact same reason, is like the Dark Souls / like Elden Ring series.
I never got into those.
Elden Ring is a fun game, but it's so fucking hard. But what's cool, and I just love this about certain games. I actually don't like when it's good. Like I'm gonna get so fucking specific here, nerdiness, but I don't like when games use random item generation so much, where it's like it's an easy way for game developers to make items look like they're changed, but they're not being handcrafted. So it's like the item like stat changes a little bit, it's random, and then it also maybe has like a certain effect that's a little different, and then it's also random when like what's placed in the like a treasure chest you're opening. It's like, oh, this is randomly generated what items are in here. And I don't like that. It doesn't feel like a sense of adventure. But what's cool about the Dark Souls series and like Elden Ring is the whole map is handcrafted, where in this region of the map, there is one weapon. Over here is where a certain armor set is, or a part of an armor set. And so it's like, it feels like a real adventure where it's like things are just waiting and they're always going to be there. And you have to explore to find certain weapons that have completely different gameplay mechanics versus how you'd play with other ones. And that feels special. It feels like a real adventure because you are like, I like games that don't hold your hand and you have to kind of just learn the thing with it. Like learn what this is versus it being like, here's a tutorial how to do this and how to do this. And that sense of adventure of not knowing what things are is just like so fucking fun.
I love whenever I get into a new video game and it's like, oh my God, there's so much to learn, and like in a good way.
Yeah.
I love that feeling.
You should really play that Witness game soon. I feel like you'd really like it. Have you had any games that you've felt that way lately besides like the Balatro one maybe?
I've only played like Jedi Fallen Order and Survivor. That's like the most recent games I've played.
Okay.
And it was really fun. The combat was hard. It was the most Dark Souls-like game I've ever played. And I think it's significantly easier, but it was still fun to learn all the timing and the combats. But I don't want to do that again, really.
It's a lot of investment of time to get good at that game.
Yeah.
Those type of games.
I remember in the Zelda where they had lasers that shot at you, like the big 8-legged creatures or something that shot at you.
Oh, in the Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
I spent just 2 hours learning how to parry those lasers. I just sat there in front of them until I could do it.
Yeah.
Because I was so tired of dealing with that.
But wasn't that like a cool thing? Like, did you look that up or did you learn how to do it naturally?
I think I saw videos of people parrying that, and I was like, oh man, I want to do that.
Okay. See, I think maybe that same thing happened. I got to make sure I'm being honest with myself. But I'm pretty sure I was like, oh, I'm going to fucking try it. But like that sensation and feeling of being like, I think that's why Nintendo is like so well crafted, is it's like an open world that you learn the mechanics of. And it's like, it's almost like an epiphany. You're like, holy shit, this like changes everything. Like when you learn how to like, you can parry any like enemy's attack with just based off timing.
It's like a whole new like way of combat of fighting.
Yeah. It becomes
defensively.
Yeah. It becomes actually skill based.
Yep.
And I found the same thing with Mario Odyssey was like that. Because you can do these weird, like I loved Mario Odyssey. Like it was like probably one of my like favorite games I ever played as like more of an adult. But you can do these weird things where like you throw a hat, you hold it, you run, you jump on top of it, you do like a further jump, you throw your hat again, you bounce off of it, and so you
extending your range.
Yes, and it does not tell you any of this stuff. The only thing it tells you can jump off the hat. But then you learn that there's this 8-9 move combo that makes you go so much further. And when you learn that, you can just do crazy shit in the game, and it feels so good.
I like it when developers allow stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like the freedom to like experiment or play with like the gameplay mechanic itself.
It feels like just requires so much more testing because you don't want it to completely break the game.
Yeah. I mean, I would probably agree with that, but I would like one thing I will assume is that the people that make the best games, the main thing they focus on as a developer is like the gameplay. Like I've always had this belief that like gameplay is always much better than graphics.
Oh yeah.
But that starts with really good foundations behind how things play out, because like that foundation behind how a character moves, how it interacts with other things, that decides everything. And a lot of what's really shitty is a lot of games being developed now are all using these open source, or not open source, but these like not even free because you pay for licenses, these game engines. And not many developers are creating their own engine within that, like their own gameplay mechanics. Instead, they're like just kind of copying and pasting functionality that exists genuinely in general in these engines. And so everything kind of feels the same way. And it feels like kind of shitty. It's like the fastest way to develop a character moving. And then they're like, okay, we got to just focus on scale. What do we do? Oh, we got to make the map large. Okay, what else do we got to do? We got to make sure there's missions, things to do. Oh, it's all about grinding. And the development cycle is all about how to make this core thing just expanded into what a game would be. It'd be like taking a shitty ass video and then trying to turn it into a movie.
I'm surprised so many games exist, so many different games, because I feel that so much. It feels like they're just taking an engine and slapping different graphics on it a lot of the time. Yeah.
I mean, I think people are starting to kind of backlash against this, especially like more on PC games, because so many of them are being like mismarketed, especially when it comes to like, hey, this game's in development. Like you can pre-order this game, pay for this game while it's in development, and people are being screwed over where they're not even finishing the games. But every other game like that is a franchise. Fucking Ubisoft and EA, like these big publishers, that's all they're doing. They're just reskinning something, adding microtransactions, and not changing the core like gameplay at all, but instead just changing like what it looks like.
When are the gamers gonna wake up and stop funding EA and Ubisoft?
It's a good question. I think it's because like some people are born into playing those games as their first games. And because of that, maybe they don't know that it's like people that have only watched terrible TV series. They've never they've only seen Disney, like fucking Marvel movies. Like there's kids being born into the Disney Star Wars movies that think that is peak entertainment.
Oh my God.
Isn't that sick? That makes me want to fucking throw up in this cup. I'm I'm so passionate about games and movies and TV. This is why I think I'm a big nerd and I don't like to express it much.
I'm glad that you like you've got quite the recommendation engine in your brain there. Movies, TV, obscure YouTube, music, video games.
It's art.
Kava.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Maybe I don't think that's art. I think I just care. I think I just care about. I love and am passionate about art, because like all those things moved me and shaped me as a child to who I am now. And some like you hear this from like teenagers were like, this like music artist like saved my life. Like listening to that song during this hard time like saved me. I know people where TV shows have done that, movies have done that, video games. I know people where like people that have played games that have impacted them emotionally so much that it like means the world to them that those games exist. And they want to keep playing them because they're trying to capture this like something that was changed in them emotionally for the first time in a while.
I mean, certainly your relationship with your siblings is extremely different because of when you grew up.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yep. Without video games, I guess you still had YouTube. You still had your video camera. But
Yeah. And I'm very fortunate for certain members of my family. Like my uncle helped like show us how to film stuff. Like he showed my older brother how to film things and made videos and showed him how to do special effects. And then my older brother started doing that and he showed me. And so it's like, and then the same thing with games. I found out that like my uncle and my aunt gave me separate games as a kid, and those changed the directory, like the trajectory for what games I would play or even known to experience. And so I do think there is something special when it comes to art for people that have been moved by it, whether that's games, movies, TV, music, whatever, that like when you share it to actually like, there's so much fucking content in the world that it just seems like another thing that's being like shown in front of your face. But I think if someone really cares about something that's really meant something to them, they should speak to it as that way of being like kind of like the way I try doing with movies where I'm like, hey, I need you to know, like, I think right now this movie would be really good for you to watch because it might like evoke certain emotions that make you feel a certain way, that might make you feel validated or comforted or like just make you feel good. And if you speak to it that way as you share art, that is drastically different than just being like, you should watch, have you listened to this band? Oh, have you watched this movie?
I'm really glad that there are people like you in the world because I think my parents' generation would never have been able to view video games as art, and even kind of television and movies kind of feel separate from art in their mind, or at least that generation's mind. And I kind of started out that way, but then there were video games along the way. It was like, oh my God, this is a really cool story, or oh, this teaches a really cool mechanic, or I don't know. It really is beautiful, and I'm really glad that it was in my life. And I think there's this huge segment of people that are afraid of being too nerdy and geeking out on it. Maybe they don't have time. Maybe they don't have a PC or something. But
yeah,
they're missing out.
Yeah, it is weird because you're like, this thing made me experience something profound that's all virtual and not real.
Yeah.
But books have been around for for thousands of years.
Yeah, it's just a generated feeling.
Yes. And it's especially when it's like someone is what is different between someone making something that makes you feel what they feel versus connecting with someone in real life and them making you feel that.
I'm happy about both.
Me too. They're just different ways for the same thing.
Yeah.
They're just different ways of expressing it. And it's a really fucking beautiful thing. But it just sucks that we're living in a world where something that was beautiful has just been taken advantage of through these huge corporations and people just trying to make money.
Fucking Sherry Holder.
Yeah, Sherry Holder can go like fuck themselves, like seriously. But I think one of the reasons I'm so passionate about this is because I don't think people really view that there is like a distinction between apps like most of the like stuff on the internet as being shit, and there being like a select few things that are actually good. Like I don't think people feel okay to do that.
I mean, today video games are Fortnite and Roblox and basically, so like you had said before, social media. And so when people think about, oh, I'm going to get into video games, I think that's what they're thinking about. And they don't know that Zelda is lurking underneath there as like a beautiful, like atmospheric experience that can just give you like really peaceful rest, or you can play The Witness and exercise your brain.
Yeah. Well, like the thing is like, even, I don't know if even Fortnite would be typically like a bad thing. Like, I bet there are like a lot of people who've played. I don't know what I'd say about Roblox right now, but just because there's a lot of other fucked up shit with that. But like, yeah, people just. Okay, I'll finish this thought and then I'll explain, I guess, what I was trying to say. But I bet there are people who are playing Fortnite that are like actually playing with their friends, maybe together, split screen, or maybe even virtually at a distance. But they're still like laughing, having fun, and there's like exciting new updates that are happening. Like, that probably is still like a really beautiful, fun experience of like connecting with someone and experiencing that through them. But for me, the issue that I have is it seems like sometimes games are trying to control the way you play them. Like, I guess what I mean by that is like, you could have two people. You could have one person who has played games with someone in person and they realize that it's about them. They're like laughing, making fun of it. Like, oh, us playing this is really us hanging out together and we're doing this together. Like, it's not about winning the game. But then there are some people who are just put into those games and they just adapt to how everyone else is playing it. So everyone's like barely talking. They barely start talking. Oh, I'm doing this because I want to win the game.
I feel like that's maybe what's wrong with gaming is people are watching people play video games. And so they're kind of feel like they are told how to play it and it's not as much creativity or freedom.
Yeah. And I think that's why streamers are becoming so popular now, is because a lot of them, if you've seen what a lot of streamers are doing, they're trying to make jokes. They're trying to like make fun of the game as they're playing it. And what that is would be the equivalent of you and someone just being like,
yeah,
what the fuck is this?
You and your older brother on the couch in the middle of the night.
Yeah, but what sucks, and I don't want to overgeneralize because I bet there are some people that really do add engagement of like trying to make jokes with them or like other people maybe through text, but like there are probably a lot of people who aren't like ever having to utilize that skill of trying to be the person coming up with the creative jokes to make in it, instead of just being like, it's being a creator versus a consumer.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've talked to this at like a bunch of like at arm's length, like this length. And I just feel very passionate and strong about that. But I think we should definitely do at some point in the future another video game one, because I have that story I think it'd be fun to share about like that Say Swap that like I told you that, right? The game trading service I did when I was a kid. I destroyed.
Oh, you copied.
Oh yeah, I did those things.
Okay.
Yeah. But I feel like that'd be a really funny story to share.
Yeah.
And then I want to get into Guitar Hero because that meant a lot to me as well.
Oh man. Yeah, I bet I'll come up with some more that I didn't mention as well.
Cool. I feel like this is going for a while. So thanks for letting me nerd out. Like,
yeah,
I feel relieved. Like, I feel like this is like such a strong, big side of me that I don't feel like I can. It's not like I'm just talking about it, but like maybe you can sense like I feel so passionately and feel like I have so many ideas about this I don't get to share.
Yeah, it feels like you need a video game buddy, like partner to talk about stuff with, and you finally got a taste of it.
Yeah, yeah. I've wanted to make YouTube videos about video games for such a long time. Like, I feel like this, like you've probably just like learned this about me, and I feel like I'm learning it about myself. But I feel like there are areas where I'm doing so much research that I'm not really aware of that I'm researching, and that needs to be shared.
Yep,
sometimes.
you've built up an encyclopedia, a few.
Yeah, I'm letting you into my mind palace.
Thank you. It's a beautiful mind palace.
Thanks, JT. You're a sweetheart.
Thank you for watching our video. If you want to support the channel, please recommend it to someone that you think might enjoy this conversation. And we'll see you in the next one.